Good morning, friends. Susan Elizabeth Littlefield here. If you haven't heard, we have a new Sunday morning show that brings an hour of good news to you each week, and then we take some of that good news and bring it over for some Monday motivation. Here's some motivation. If you have a gut feeling, follow it. This is the ultimate pandemic project success story right here. Okay, Father Mike Schmitz runs the Catholic ministry at the University of Minnesota, Duluth. He, like everybody else, was stressed out during lockdown. He decided to start a podcast going through the Bible in a broken down way for 20 minutes a day. Well, it's an old concept, of course, but it was presented in a new way, and it really struck a chord. He hit #1 above some of the biggest shows like Joe Rogan, True Crime, Brene Brown. It's a success story that the Brainerd native just did not see coming.
I cannot tell you the number of people who have written saying, this last year was the worst year of my entire life. And if it wasn't for the fact that every single day I could press play and I could hear God's words in my ears and touch my heart, I literally don't know if I would have survived 2021. And I just think, thank you, God, because that wasn't what I was shooting for. Just thought, I think we really need the wisdom of God here. And I just didn't realize how many lives it would have the potential to change. And just to be able to be a part of it has been, one of the biggest honors in my life.
Now that's just a snippet of my sit down with Father Mike. The full story tonight at 10, and then we've got another story tomorrow at 6. Some more motivation for parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, anyone who interacts with kids in their life. There, of course, has been so much heavy news lately, whether it was the pandemic, the war, school strikes. I mean, we talked with Yasna Burza, a life coach. She's based in the Twin Cities, and she gave us some really strong advice on how to talk with kids about all this tough stuff.
I think one of the greatest things we can give our children is them watching us cope with stress. So an example could be, mommy's feeling very, very sad. I cried because of a very unfortunate world event, war happening last week, and my children watched me cry, and then I explained, and I told them, mommy's feeling very, very sad. But here's how I'm going to make myself really feeling well. I watched their videos of children, and then I took deep breaths, and that's really powerful. And a book that I highly recommend for parents called The Conscious Parent by Dr. Shafali Sabari. It talks about that, the things that our children are going through may trigger things in us, and incredibly important to manage our own emotions.
A reminder to us all to feel and manage our emotions. And if you want to feel some happy emotions, you can always join us on Sunday mornings for a full hour of good news. Enjoy today, friends.